don't you just tell me about the people here at Metavante? Who are they? When they come to these events, what do they like to talk about? What do they do all day long? And here's the email I get back. It says, well, we offer retail and commercial CRM, BIC, CMS, EFT, CFS, RPS, and DES-capable ATMs. So basically all I know about this group is that apparently you stopped using complete words years ago. Is that right? What's a typical day for you folks? I'll put it in your language. I figure what? You probably get up in the AM after night of R&R, take off your PJs, drink some OJ, get to work ASAP, right? All day long you sit at your PCs dreaming up BS to impress the heck out of those BICIS and Fiserv and check-free SOBs, right? And one of yours you'll make VP of R&D. You go home in the PM, what do? You stop at an ATM, you punch in your PIN, you grab a C-note. You go home, your kids say, what's for dinner? You say, if I hear one more FAQ, your kids are going to be SOL. They got to eat, right? So what do? You hop in your BMW, your SUV, you drive to KFC, you get them a little dinner. Take them home, made dinner, you sit around your BVDs, drinking MGD and watching HBO, CNN, MTV, and VH1 before taping ER and CSI and the VCR and catching some Z's. That's your life. Is that right, folks? That's the way it works? That's it right there. Today, you've scheduled a joint organizational messaging tactical working group and DRSN security accreditation and information assurance update training, and you've scheduled that in the same day. People, spread the fun out, all right? This is a multi-day conference. Pace yourselves.
I've been doing stand-up comedy for more than 20 years, but I really consider myself more of a speaker because I perform for Fortune 500 companies and national associations, and those audiences don't necessarily want to hear about how men like dogs and women like cats, you know, the kind of stuff you hear in a comedy club. They want to hear about things that are relevant to them.
We want to show everybody out here that we're a fun group. We're not afraid to laugh at ourselves. Don't be afraid to poke a little good-natured fun at DISA, who we are, and the things that we do. I said, that's great. Who are you, and what exactly is it that you do? They said, well, quite simply, Greg, we're a combat support agency charged with planning, engineering, acquiring, fielding, and servicing global net-centric operations for all components of the DoD in times of peace and war. And, you know... And, of course, you know, once you hear something like that, woo, the jokes write themselves now, don't they, folks? I'm a corporate comedian. I work for people like you. I don't tell jokes. I initiate a project action plan by leveraging my core competencies, which enables me to tell best-in-class, out-of-the-box, well-positioned jokes, which forms a synergistic alliance, creates a paradigm shift, and eventually enables me to empower the entire enterprise. So, yeah.
You know, it really hasn't been that long that corporate America has realized it's okay to laugh at itself. For a while, it was always, oh, we have to hire the industry expert or the futurist or the motivational speaker. And, well, there's nothing wrong with that. The great thing about comedy is it works in any economic environment. If times are good, people want to laugh. If times are bad, people need to laugh.
I certainly think you have all the elements in place to have a successful conference. You need several of them, and I've seen most of them as I've been just observing what's been going on. I think the first thing you need is to have a great location. And I think we're all in agreement that you just can't beat Schaumburg, Illinois in December. Need I remind you people, you are no longer in Chapter 11. Have you ever remembered that? Open the purse strings a little bit, huh? I can tell you had a great year right when I walked into this room. You know how? Because I can tell. First of all, look at this event, okay? You've got a beautiful resort right here in Tempe. You had this great meal. I mean, those things cost money, okay? And who knows? I mean, you guys keep working as hard as you can, and maybe you'll come back next year, and maybe you can spend a little more money on something like, oh, I don't know, props.
I look out at my audience and I see a lot of hardworking family people who, for lack of a better phrase, are tied to technology. So in my show, I joke about work, I joke about family, I joke about technology. Comedy with a bite. Get it?
My wife bought me an iPod for Christmas. Holds 20,000 songs, which is good. Because, you know, next time I'm taking a trip to, oh, I don't know, the sun. Oh, God forbid I would hear the same song twice. What do you do when you have a problem, when you have a question about your computer? What do? You ask a kid. Ask a little kid. That's why my wife and I had a kid in the first place.
If you are wearing one of those attached to the ear, pointy-eared Bluetooth wireless devices, if you could please take that off. It doesn't mess up my show. You just look kind of stupid. So if you could just remove
Nothing kills a room faster, and I've seen this before, than a speaker who walks on stage and says, "So, what do you guys do?" I mean, corporate audiences are not stupid. They know when you're phoning it in. To me, the fun of this job is writing material about them and then watching their reaction when I deliver it on stage. The best compliment I can ever get is when somebody says, "You did your homework."
This is a frequently asked questions link on External Certification Authority. Let's take a look at one of those questions if we could. My question concerns why web servers need to be configured to accept certificates issued by ECAs. I realize that DoD private web servers providing access to DoD sensitive information, except those protecting access to personal information by information privileged individuals, shall be PK enabled to rely on certificates for client authentication issued by DoD approved PKIs. Does this mean that certificates issued by ECA CAs must be approved by ASD? You want to know what's scary? That's a frequently asked question.
I love putting visual aids into the show. You know, video from the internet, PowerPoint. People have gone so completely overboard with PowerPoint, well, it only makes sense to make fun of it.
I don't really understand what you guys do. And they said, well, don't worry about that, Greg. Yes, we know it's complicated, but we work with PowerPoint a lot, and we'll be more than happy to send you some PowerPoint presentations, and that should explain things to you. So, first of all, I just want to say I'm very happy that Citrix chose to, you know, make it so incredibly easy for me to understand. I was nervous that I might not get it, but luckily it's starting to make sense now. That one especially, I think. And, you know, these are the kind of things that I really need to know. But now I don't totally agree with that one, but...
I've always prided myself on the fact that I do a clean show. That is so vital to this job. I mean, I'm a representative of the client, and I know the audience can contain their best customers. I want everybody to leave the room happy. Sometimes people say, "Greg, have you tested this material beforehand?" I tell them, sure. Any chance I get.
Okay, girls, real quick, before we play baseball, I just want to try a couple of new jokes on you.
Remember when you first got your cell phone bill? You looked at it and went, "Ooh, never seen a phone bill with a comma. Can Daddy have his phone back, please? I'm dying here."
There are 5 things that need to be said on every conference call. Here they are in no particular order. See if you recognize them. Starting with this one. Who just joined? I hate to interrupt, but I have to jump off. Who was that who just jumped off? I love this one. Call me after we hang up. And then just as everybody's just about to hang up, some joker gets on the phone and says, "Okay, I'm back."
Business will be around forever. Business meetings will be around forever. I want to do this forever. I can't imagine somebody coming up to me and saying, "I'm sorry, Greg, we looked at our schedule and, well, there's just no room for laughter." When that happens, I'll do something else.
Thanks so much. God bless America. Thank you.